Hello, and welcome to the rise and fall of Jimmy Lightning. We will first talk about young Jimmy. Jimmy grew up in a good home with caring parents. He grew up playing his favorite game of all time, Tony Hawk Pro Skater. He really loved skating and wanted to be just like Tony when he grew up. He would even call himself Jimmy Hawk. Jimmy was a straight A student and he did his very best in school. While he was learning the art of peggling, he had a love for math and science. He would go on to graduate at the top of his class in the Peggle Institute, where he further continued his education, attaining a PhD in mathematics and chemistry. Now, with his PhD, Jimmy was also now known as Dr. Lightning, who had become a very successful chemist and wanted to pass his knowledge on to future generations by teaching at the same Peggle Institute he had graduated from. He wanted all of his students to be able to achieve the same success he had obtained, no matter what path they took in life. To be able to have the same bright future much like his own, or so a future he thought was bright, if only he knew of the storm that was approaching. Jimmy was also happily married to his wife, and they had two children who were also in the Peggle Institute learning about the art of peggling. Jimmy was conducting one of his many chemistry experiments in his lab, but there was an accident that caused a small explosion. Jimmy's wife rushed to see what happened and found Jimmy injured, but no lasting damage. Furious that things could have gotten worse, she yelled at Jimmy, explaining how it could have been more than himself injured, that he could have died or injured the children. In a fit of rage, she packed both her and her children's belongings and left, divorcing Jimmy, and was never to be seen again. Feeling lost and depressed, not knowing what to do next, Jimmy rummaged through his old belongings, looking to find happy, nostalgic memories. He found his old skateboard along with his old Tony Hawk games. He started skating again, quit teaching at the Peggle Institute, and started using his chemistry knowledge to make various drugs. For many years after the divorce, Jimmy's life had taken a turn for the worse. He stopped shooting peggle balls and started shooting crack he made in his basement. Spending all his time skating and making drugs with his chemistry knowledge, Jimmy had become homeless. He later met Bjorn and Jeffrey, as well as a few other questionable individuals, where he would stay for a week at a time, having nowhere to go. They only used him as a source of free drugs and ditched him in some alleyway while overdosing, where he was later rushed to the hospital. His family, after not knowing where Jimmy had been for years, rushed to the hospital and insisted he got help getting clean and taking therapy for the divorce. After 3 years of addiction treatment and therapy, Jimmy had finally turned his life around. While dealing with his addiction, Jimmy had turned to eating. Jimmy had switched to a new white powder and was now addicted to eating raw sugar and cheeseburgers. He managed to get a little job as a local Walmart greeter, greeting customers as they entered the store. He continued to skateboard as it helped him feel relaxed and happy, although he can only use it as transportation between work and home as he can't even do an ollie or a manual anymore. Still single, he hopes that one day he'll meet a new special someone, but until that day comes around, he spends his nights alone on the couch, watching Netflix until he falls asleep, covered in crumbs, nuts, and barbecue sauce that's all over his face. And that was the rise and fall of Jimmy Lightning. Let me know down in the comments if there's any other classic video game character that you want to see a rise and fall video of. And of course, thank you to my great Twitch and Discord mod Zeph for making this video possible. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. And that was the rise and fall of Jimmy Lightning. Is there any questions, anyone? Uh, I have a question. What is it? Uh, what's a peggle? Listen here, you little shit.